check all the different outlets to make sure it's all going to the right places. Yep. Make it public. You guys are on.
Cool.
Hold on, let me see. Show YouTube.
You think it'd be possible, like with this setup, to be able to like do like a coordinated, like to play like a band, like to have like drums, bass, guitar? Like, is the timing enough to be able to actually project out at the same? I don't think that's possible.
I think there's latency just enough that it wouldn't ever work.
Yeah. Yeah. We could play really badly together.
I'm thinking.
I wonder if we use
If
Jam Link for audio, if that would help.
if we what now? Sorry.
Jam Link is like this low
Oh.
latency,
Oh.
like long distance rehearsing thing, and they send you some sort of apparatus, and then you use their software.
Oh,
That's all I know.
that's awesome. I guess I'll get started. Welcome, everybody. Hello. I'm trying to see if I can see the consolidated stream, the chats. Hello. Hi, 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 hi. Okay, so I will relay all the different comments to you. We have people starting to roll in on YouTube and Facebook, and some folks are actually trying to comment on Maxwell's suggestion right now. And it was saying that latency is probably an issue. Individual awesomeness out of sync.
Story of my life.
Yeah. So, oh wow, you're going for it, Sophocles. So he got the matcha one.
Oh, awesome.
So for those just joining us, we are doing a live listening party because the album is out. And all the underarm fat. And we're just gonna be talking with each other and listening to the music from top to bottom and talking process a little bit, so you guys can chime in at absolutely any point. And last night we did a little countdown on Insta Live, and right afterwards, I had prepped everything for a few hours before that. It was like the 8 o'clock live stream that I had, and I was done around 9, and I spent the next 2 hours like prepping the cookies. They were baked in that 2 hour window. They were so
Oh
fresh.
my gosh. They're fantastic.
Dang, they're so good.
I mean, so yummy. I'm rubbing my chest. That's where my yummy.
Tell me
area
more.
is.
Tell me more.
Actually eaten like a problematic amount just like since like last night.
Oh,
Ditto.
this is why I give so many, because they're so good, and I know they're good.
I'm already at rationing level. I've learned to ration things.
Whoa.
So one of the things so what happened was I made the cookies, I put together some like care package things, and then I had 3 like bags with me in the car, and like sanitized, like alcohol, sanitized everything with gloves on. And one of the things that I found in New York that I wanted to bring back was this Royce chocolate. And I tried the matcha one that Sophocles has, and it blew my mind. And so I was thinking, they actually expire about a month from when you buy it or so, because that's how fresh it is.
Oh.
And yeah, so you kind of have to eat it.
Oh well.
Too bad.
Too bad.
And so you guys all have different flavors. And I think a lot of them have liquor in them, and Max, yours is the one without any alcohol.
That's
So-
liquor.
Thank you.
Yeah, I know. The matcha one has liquor too, and you can't really
Really?
taste it. It's really cool. Yeah.
I can't read kanji, so I have no idea
Yeah.
what the
Someone
ingredients are.
commented that they liked Royce too, which is really cool.
It's so good. It's ridiculous. I
It's
didn't know
really
what I
good,
was
right?
getting in for, and then I ate it, and
Yeah.
I heaven.
And you have wait, which one do you have?
I can't remember what it's called. It
Okay.
has the word bitter in it, but it was,
Ghana bitter.
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something.
yeah.
Cool.
but it wasn't like a bitter experience. It was,
Yeah.
it was a pretty transcendent bite of chocolate. Several bites of chocolate.
It's a little taste of heaven. It's really good.
Seriously.
Someone is saying that I have my Jules and Watts coffee here. Josephine, she's saying I have my Jules and Watts with Vietnamese longevity brand condensed milk.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
Yeah.
Yes.
I made salted peanut butter cookies that are gluten-free and dairy-free.
What?
Huh.
There are 4 ingredients in them. That's it.
Really?
Holy moly.
Brown sugar, eggs. I love that we're talking about this instead.
I
Brown
want the
sugar,
recipe.
eggs, peanut butter, and vanilla. That's it.
Wow. It
It's
worked.
and then salt on top. It's so
Although in the
good.
midst of a quarantine, like eggs, peanut butter, these are hard to find. We even have portions of them.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Um,
Well, how are you guys today?
Doing well. How about yourself?
Um, I woke up and I got emotional. I got a little teary-eyed in the morning there.
it's good though.
Yeah.
Really good.
Um, for some reason, I'm remembering some days in between that I have forgotten, where just a lot of good work was put in, and so it's good.
Good.
Yeah. Okay, so why don't we get a little started? Everybody that I'm seeing on Facebook and YouTube, get your headphones ready or your speakers ready. We're gonna start the album from top. We'll do about halfway through, intermission, and then finish the rest. And
Hey, can we
yeah.
can we do our 4-part a cappella finale to Barcelona with the 4 of us here? You all know your parts, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You all rehearsed your parts
This
for
key.
a cappella Barcelona.
Okay.
Do you want us to talk while we're listening or no?
You're welcome to, if there's something that for a quick moment you want to comment on,
Okay.
you're welcome to. But
Cool.
so for a lot of the songs, I actually have some slides that I want to show. And I think it would be nice to just like, we're welcome to react to that stuff. You know? Alex Wong says, thank you for the coffee, Max.
Yeah, of course.
So good. Hello, Clay. Royce is so good. Everybody's commenting on Royce. I love it. There's Germany in the house. There's Venezuela in the house.
Oh,
France. Oof. This is nuts. Okay, you guys ready? Here we go.
Yep.
First song. What's the first song? I don't know. Here, let me get my world ready. Okay. Share my sorry, I'm so slow. Share. Okay. I hope everybody hears this. Good luck, everybody. Hope it's not too loud.
December came when you made it cold, despite me trying to start a fire or snow out your window. It takes time, I know, there's just so much we can gain a day, a green, a page, and a spoonful. Have I fed us enough today? Well, here's where nothing love, nothing trying. It's been better when spring came, the sun is high though, to let go does not make you simple. Ceasefire, we're breathing, but did it get to your head? Goodwill could stop all the thunder. Have I fed us enough? Well, here's me, nothing love, nothing trying. Oh well. It's in my heart that got dropped on the floor. so guarded. So long as your hands are tied, forget about it. Forget about it. What you say, could you give me that again? You're mumbling, babe. Do what you say, keeping your word ain't so easy. The use of definitely maybe. You lost me there, babe. Playing God, talking loud like a crazy. Have I fed us enough? Just gonna offer the scraps in your pocket. They say you're pretty and right most days. But here's my nothing, love. Nothing trying. Well, it's in my heart that got dropped on the floor. Well, don't be so guarded. So long as your hands are tied, forget about it. It's in my heart that dropped on the floor.
Everybody get your flute on.
It's in my heart that got dropped on the floor. Started. No, don't be so guarded. So long as your hands are tied, you got your reasons. So close, forget about it. Just say you can't let it go. Just make it simple, fall slow. It takes time, it takes I know. So close, it takes so close, so close. It's in the heart that got dropped on the floor. Let me slide it, so much to stay in the corner. What a reason, it's in the heart that got dropped on the floor. You want it, this is all. So much to stay in the corner. You got your reasons, so close, forget
Okay, and then 1 second, I have to share my screen in a different manner in order to get this done. So, share this, share. Okay. Next. Oh no! Wait! Ah! Wait, sorry. Let me redo this. False alarm. Can you hear me okay? Sorry guys. Ah! Sorry. I forgot to download the slideshows. Un momento, por favor. It's, I'm sweating everywhere. Through my teeth. Oh no. You guys feeling okay? Cool. Let's see what folks are saying real quick. Sorry, folks who are watching, I'm just having some technical difficulties. Sorry, it's been a rush of the morning, and I forgot to do a couple things. Isn't that a fun song? It's such a fun song. And I remember when we worked on that, during the writing part of it, and we were just trying to figure out how to structure it. And I played the chorus, and Albert was like, oh, why don't we just switch those two parts around? Oh, okay. And then, like, that was all it needed.
Yeah, it didn't need anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that flute part is something that I forget, like Sophocles, you wrote that out, right?
Oh, well, no, you played it out.
Oh,
I think
I did?
Max and I together were like, I don't know, flute choir? and then you played out a thing, and then I went kind of notated it out for our flautist. She overdubbed everything. Christina Tavalucci.
Locha
Please help me out.
Tavalucci.
Tavalucci. So good. And she just like blazed through everything we wrote, and she was like, "Why don't I throw in some other stuff?" And she just went.
She nailed it so much. It was incredible. It's gonna take me a second. I'm sorry about that. And I also remember writing that December came and you made it call, da da da, like in the booth. I don't remember having that. That was a fun. Those vocal sessions were really fun.
Yeah, because I think we had never even necessarily decided to have your vocals over the big samba beat until very much later, and the fact that they worked together was sort of like, great.
So good. Okay, I think I'm ready now. Let's continue here. We're gonna go to Brazil just joined the house. Ooh, so cool. So cool. Okay, we're continuing on second song. I'm going to share this. And then I'm going to go song remember this.
Honey and sugar like me, bread and water, it's all I knew. Dreaming the sweet on your soon someday when I had no clue. Corner me against the wall, let them hear these empty halls. Couldn't wish to watch your eyes steal me through your ears to spy. I'll be waiting in Barcelona. Play like a child, he said, always remember the mates I knew. Somewhere between truth and dare is just good faith and follow through. Push me up against your mind. Let me hear the things you find. Peel the curtain, caught a light. Promise you drink every line. I'll be waiting in Barcelona. I'll be dreaming behind the cinema. I'll be in Barcelona. I'll be eyes on the wall, this crack on my cheek. Tick-tock is a dream. Bare breast and weightless, fine circles. Asleep till you see. Empty me, please. This burden me new. Stripped all that I got. Hold me, dream. In your hand, your memory. I'll be waiting in Barcelona. I'll be dreaming behind the cinema. I'm just waiting in Barcelona. Don't mind if you breathe me out like a slip of a tongue in a crowd. I lean into your hairline, my tension in your chin down, eyes up and dead in my brushing 40 joys. Shines gap into your eyes. Can you see if I'm alive? You run circles around my lies. Can you see through every line? Papa said, put your tail up this minute for a while. Papa said, put your tail up, tail. So that I couldn't find you, but I think I need you now. What a fight every turn. Step back from the fault line. You wrap me up and show me how you're dead in my brushing 40 tries. You're blinding me inside. What you see, can you see? You tame my every lie. You can see through. Papa said, put your tail up this minute for a while. Papa said, put your tail up there. Papa said, put your tail outside this minute for a while. Papa said, put your tail up there. You can see you can. Shines gap into your eyes. You can see if I'm alive. You run circles round my lies. You can see through every. Papa said, put your tail inside. This minute is all a while. Papa said, put your tail up there. You can see. Papa said, put your tail outside. Just sit it for a while. Papa said, put your tail up there. This minute. He was taken, want to understand. Caught the light and gone to look for the upper hand. And the moment gone and every is the only one. Is the only one. Behind the terror, where the gentle live, breathing heavy, always counting on the scars and open wounds. She knows those lilies and nightlights. Here we go. She changes everything. Come here. She changes everything. Reaching out. with better luck, we're every piece, but nothing all at once. A storm that came that gave us witnesses. She changes everything. Reaching out now, trying to understand where the whole reach all the ones a second.
Hi. How's it going?
Oh,
Good.
Yeah?
yeah, a lot of memories.
How's it sit, right? A little bit. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Okay. There were some folks who were commenting a little bit, but I guess I'll go to those after. I just want to check in and make sure we're all doing okay. Let's continue!
Okay.
Okay. Mute.
Can I pause real quick?
Oh, yeah.
I remember this in those 3 songs or 4 songs that you played.
Yeah.
I know that there was like Minotaur and then Nothing Love. We always had to kind of like a lot of big dense endings.
Yeah.
In Barcelona, which was a little later in the process, we signed that contract saying we will not make a big. we will end it at either
At
this
3:30.
minute or this bar.
Yep.
And we did it. We stuck to our contract.
Yep, we did. I still have it. It's so good. There's so much to talk about. Okay, but let's continue on to. So the next one is, she learned to not be scared, and Gilo. And for those tuning in, I think it'll be obvious. Like, this is kind of my favorite part of the album. It's hard for me to say that, but there's something about it that I think, because it wraps both my past and these women together a little bit. And the little instrumental piano part that you'll hear actually birthed out of the song, the longer song itself that comes later. And this piano part became a memory. It became me remembering what it was like to play over the thunder so that I wouldn't be nervous about being alone at home. And it just kind of worked really beautifully, because I had recorded this thunder from Hong Kong while I was staying there in a hotel room. And the picture that you're going to see is the moment when I recorded this from the hotel room. Okay, enough of that. Sharing screen. to this. And I'm not sure why everybody seems to be able to see only one frame when the slides are playing, and they only see Max right now. So Max, can you just put on a good show? Let's see. Here you go. Oops, I didn't mean that.
While you've been here with gaps and waiting, missed a couple of summers, and I know it's hard to tear yourself away. Yeah, I hear the ovation for you, but I catch you with my black light. Still, it's easy to give yourself away. Her hair goes on and on. My God, this house goes on. You think there's plenty locks, do not miss much, then you're wrong. Steady hand to help this day where gravity plays. Fall, fall, fall. Just walk it off. First things first, things first. You could be here through history waiting. Keep still for a moment, 'cause I know you and all you wanna take. I see you through your lips and things. Spirit waiting, and it's hard, but I will walk away. Her hair goes on and on. My God, this house goes on. You think there's plenty lost to not miss much, then you're wrong. Steady hand to help this day will gravity plays. Fall, fall, fall. Just walk it off. First things first, things first. First things first, things first. Unmute everybody. Halftime. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Did someone just yawn? I love it.
Oh no, I went. Whew. I love
yeah,
that that ending. Just I could bathe in that for a while.
Yeah. I just really love the feeling that we landed with that song, and it took a ride to get there. That one.
It did. But I feel like we embedded bits and pieces of the ride everywhere in there. You know, even in things that we left behind, we would pull a little strand into what alternated in there. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Vilo, she's still alive, right?
She's 98 and lives in New York.
Oh wow.
And she just had like an exhibition last year, right before I went to New York, at a upper, I think, West Side gallery. Beautiful stuff. I think that exhibition was called Red or something like that. But she's still doing work. Yeah, it's really freaking cool that she's still around. I've tried reaching out to her to no avail. You know. Yeah. Let's see what folks are saying. Gallery. Oh, sorry. Hold on. Let me see. Yeah. So when we were doing the songs, we just had to turn off our mics, but it's not even an issue. I muted all of you. So folks are just commenting on the way that our viewers are set up right now. Non-consequential at the moment. But they're enjoying the music, which is what's awesome. Like I
Great.
said, I love how the drums change meters of the piano part at the end. um, and some folks that are in France know of Gilo, and so this is really cool.
Oh,
Um,
awesome. That's so
yeah,
cool.
yeah. Okay. Um, so I thought we could kind of like talk. It's weird to listen to it through like that.
Yeah, it is.
Um, I hadn't done that before, and that's a ride so far, and that's only halfway.
Yeah.
Each, I feel like each one of these songs is its own wild journey.
Yeah,
It's like as they cascade into each other, you just kind of be going up and down, up and down, up
yeah.
and down.
They very much have their own world, and I think in building such full worlds for each, and then putting them next to each other, that's a lot.
Like scene
Yeah,
changes, yeah.
yeah. Full scenes. That's cool. Um, if you guys have any questions at all, feel free to shout them out, and I'll have these dudes answer them for you. Um, let's see. I thought it might be fun. In the meanwhile, I've been making some song analysis bits. Might be fun to share those.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I don't think Albert, you haven't seen most of these.
I have no idea.
Oh yeah, you didn't see them because you know, yeah. So let's see. I'm going to share. Let me try to figure out how to make everybody sing. How to make everybody sing when I'm playing my stuff. Share. Okay. So there's 3 episodes. And they're only like 2 minutes each.
Okay.
And they're not fancy. They're just trying to tell the story. Here we go.
And this was kind of similar to how we would usually work, was I would start like smearing, let's say, smearing paint on something, you know, sonically, and then Jane would be like, okay, I like that. And then I would let her come in and do the fine grain kind of like, now that we have an idea, let me go in and actually put it where I want it and how I want it. Chorus tag, that sound, that instrumental sound that happens right after the chorus, that was the very, very, very first thing. It was birthed almost immediately.
We're so stupid!
Nothing Love was written in 2013, I think. I tried it out at a couple gigs. I wasn't convinced because I think I was just like sick of myself and sick of hearing the way that I was playing in general, and I wanted something that was beyond my abilities, but I didn't know how to get it. And so I knew that it needed reworking with people who knew how to do things I didn't, and that's Sophocles, Max, and Albert.
And think you're about to play another 45 minutes of Fortnite. Ready? Yay, thank you!
The chorus used to go,
Yeah, that was my favorite part, was just that well. And it used to be like the tail of that phrase. And we just switched it around. And like the energy just flowed. I feel like every time you're writing, there's a stretch of time where you reach like terminal velocity. You cannot go any faster. I think what was really great for us is like, that was a long period of time. But it was just super productive, it was super joyful. I felt really high.
Nothing trying.
Yes, that was great going into the chorus.
Really?
I had read about Picasso there just because when you're in Barcelona, you really can't escape him. I really felt this kind of artistic attraction. It's very sexy. And so at first, it was actually about me leaning into that fantasy of, even though that we are of different time, that these walls and these cement floors have you all in them, and that I'll be here waiting for you to come out of the walls. And then as I read more about these women, I didn't want it to be about that anymore. and I wanted to lean into the women.
When I hear the demo or when I hear like live versions of Barcelona, I don't even recognize the song anymore. You every once in a while will jump in and be like, well, we don't want to alienate people. We don't want to push people away. And Jane would be like, are we sure we don't want to push people away? I'd be like, we want them to listen to this, don't we? Let's welcome people into this lovely space. And you're like, no, I want them to suffer through these songs. It's definitely a feeling of like, I want to fuck with them a little bit.
So I'm not super sure how to sing it yet, I must admit.
Yeah, it's okay. That's why we're here. And so I had asked you at one point to belt I'll Be Waiting in Barcelona. And you're always very circumspect about the whole belting thing. You're like, I don't really want to be belting now. Like, I feel like the belting isn't really the place for the voice. I was like, no, just trust me. And we used the belting to drive a vocal synth. And once you heard that, you were just like, your eyes lit up, and your hands right went to, their place on the keyboard. I feel like your fingers are always so at home, on the keyboard, that suddenly you realized, like, oh, I can literally make this energy be 6 to 10 voices at once. Oh.
Knowing who I am, I needed someone that had a similar amount of neuroses, meticulousness. When I first met them together and used Minotaur as the trial song, immediately I was struck by the mild OCD that was happening in the room. I was sweating with excitement. So in the studio, most of the time it was Sophocles, Maxwell, and I. They love the headiness of music, who are incredible gearheads, as well as abstract heads, so that I can speak my weirdo language. I wanted to feel more like knives. And they'll be like, okay, hold on.
We haven't ever talked about this, but it was one of the weirdest things, is you walked in and it was never like, hey, what are you working on here? Let me take a listen and make sure that I approve of it. You walked in, presumed that, okay, that's a thing, let's keep going. What do you think of this? I'm just playing around. But you were like, cool, all right, so the thing where the hi-hats are doing, let's make them a little more glitchy and offbeat. And I was like, I haven't really worked it out yet. You're like, no, let's get in there and do it. And you just absorbed it immediately. At least the kick and snare part of that sound is like originally whatever I just put down in that like hour before you showed up.
Sure, let's do it.
So I just separated them a little bit.
That's hot.
That's hot.
That's pretty hot. And then we spent the rest of the time meticulous. Everything has to be meticulous. Figure out the little hi-hats that are all off. That wasn't just accidental. Like down to the millisecond, we were moving those things around.
You're feeling, aren't you?
I am.
How about an accent? A little bit of an accent. Just kind of
like this kind of.
I knew it! I was waiting for it!
move it.
I love it.
That's awesome.
I love it.
That's awesome.
I don't know if you guys were catching Max's face for all 3 episodes. Like, your face is so good.
I wouldn't let him speak, so he had to speak through his face.
Like, your eyes just go, like, making comments. I love it.
If you go into reaction videos on YouTube, I think they're
Yeah.
hot.
So good.
The kids are into.
Yeah. Oh man. Someone said smearing sonically is my new band name.
That's a good bit.
It is.
Yeah.
My compliments to the audio production engineer from Wayne.
Oh, thank you, Wayne.
Yeah. Someone said they like the subtitles. Yes, someone is, Josephine is noticing Max's expressions. Very much so. I feel like it's a strange thing to listen through because so much of it had a different it's such a different feeling from like when Al and I were writing it.
Yeah.
And they've like all overlapped each other in the journey to becoming something else, becoming this new sound. And I just feel like when I went into this with the batch of songs, like I had an inkling on what it might be, but I really did not know. And I don't know if you guys had any ideas. Any idea what it was gonna be? Or this is just another gig for you guys.
I feel like every time, like, you know, we ever checked in with these songs,
Yeah.
like whether it be the writing or the arranging or the mixing or everything, like
Yeah.
every time they went through this, they were like growing and changing and evolving,
Yeah.
you know? So like, you know, I was in and out of the studio, so I would be like, I'd come by like a week or 2 weeks later, right?
Yeah.
And suddenly the song had taken on all this extra dimension.
Another thing, yeah.
There was this big, like, you know, grand release at the finish, you know, and that was super fun. It was a super fun thing to experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I think Max might have talked about this during the countdown last night, but that feeling like when we knew we were shelving one song and moving on to a new song, like new song day was always fraught with a little bit of panic and anxiety. Like
so much panic.
Because we would always, it wasn't like we'd be like, oh, that worked on that song, let's bring it into here and start with something. But we just ripped everything out.
Yeah.
We would record a piano vocal track, and then we would just obliterate it.
Yeah. I'm trying
Usually
to see.
piano vocal track, and then first step was get rid of the piano.
That's right.
Until we want to bring it in again.
No, absolutely get rid of the piano. I'm trying to see if there is an old version of Gilo. I feel like I've put it somewhere. Because that's worth looking at.
Well, think about where the last place you put it.
Well, thanks. I think I have it. Okay, ready? I'm just going to share the audio real quick so you guys can hear this. This is insane. I don't even recognize it. What? Did you ever hear this, Albert?
I did.
And I remember, it was okay all the way until after he played the drums. And I was like, it had nothing to do with the way he played it. He played perfect. Oh, this isn't it, I thought. Yeah.
Oh, we had that extended intro, that's right.
Yeah.
How would you show the rejects?
I love this. I love knowing what we threw out.
This is like the easy listening version.
Yes, and it was the right thing to do.
It's got its charm.
It totally does. This is like great, like summertime vibes.
It's true. It has a retroness to it, it's true.
It's like montage music.
But I catch you
Oh, wow.
with my black light still is.
correct vocal.
Easy to keep still for a moment.
Okay, that's enough.
Oh,
Cool.
you know what? By the end, I was kind of starting to enjoy that.
Really? Sorry.
But you know what ended up happening was what I feel like
Remix.
when you started playing on the piano, the thing that ultimately became She Learned Not to Be Scared Again. I feel like you suddenly like leaned into and were open to making it like cinematic and like to tell a story and to be like emotive, to actually like to show something that was a little vulnerable, and to make it sound really, you know, almost shaky on its feet a little bit. And I feel it's much more cinematic and expansive, I think, now.
I think at first, when we first wrote it anyway, and after reading about Gila and what kind of incredible woman she was, I actually thought, instead of Sylvette, that Gilot's song would be a bit more of a joyful, not so much anthem, but more like a celebration that she found the strength. And but I think something about that obviously didn't feel right in the way that we approached it in some way. And after thinking so hard, I remember thinking, gosh, what is it going to be then if it's not that? And it took some time to kind of dig deeper, to kind of fall back into like what it would take to get to that point of walking away, and the loneliness, and kind of what it means to know who you're with, and that space is all kinds of gray right there, and then that's where that vibe came out. And I remember thinking, sitting there at the piano, I remember when I started playing that thing that ended up being the intro, and I was sitting there at the keyboard, and Sophocles was at the computer, and I think it was just us that moment. And it was like, I couldn't for a second, so I pulled back, and I just kind of slumped over, thought about what it would be like, and then just put my hands down. I didn't really think about what was coming out, and then this thing came out, and was it? Like, out of nowhere. It was so, the way we translate is so like, all embodying. It's so interesting.
And instead of front loading the song with a long intro, we then created this long outro that, going off of what you were saying, is really this sense of release. You know, like someone who does feel alone, who feels like they have to take a drastic action that may leave them even more alone and isolated. But when they finally make that decision, there is that release, you know, that comes from that.
And I like that. I remember us talking about this while I was in the vocal booth, where you're mentioning this sort of European disassociation from their emotions and how they talk about it. That I want it to come through in the way I sang it, and in a way that, like, it's not blunt, but it's handed over without like this sweeping emotional storytelling, right? It's just given to the listener in a simple way.
Direct, but like not too much schmaltz.
Yeah, not schmaltzy. This is not a schmaltzy record. Cool. So this moment right now, I am waiting to see if a guest might call in.
Oh, cool.
It's not the guest. It's not not that guest yet. That guest is possibly tonight. We don't know.
Oh my goodness.
We don't know. I mean, I doubt
exciting.
it. No, I doubt it. This is, let me see.
What are you wheeling and dealing over there?
I'm just looking to see if I'm receiving emails from him to having issues coming in.
Is it-
Meanwhile, anyone have questions, feel free to write them out. Sorry, go ahead.
No questions.
Cool. I'm gonna have a piece of chocolate then.
I just finished all my cookies.
Ooh,
What?
cookies.
That's
Wait.
impressive.
A lot of cookies.
Yo, all of them? Wow. Whoa, there were like
Good.
15 of them in there.
Now they're in here.
Now they're inside.
And they were so good.
This is, oh, here, yeah, open wide. This is the bitter one. Just the simple bitter one. Oh, whoa. Whoa. What's that? Mmm. Mmm, I'm cooking. Mmm. It's so good. Well, are there like any moments you guys can think of that you enjoyed during this process? You can also say no.
During this process of making the record or making this video that we're making right now?
Either one.
The whole record making process was so fulfilling because of everything that you were talking about earlier with even Sophocles and Albert, the things you're talking about, how everybody was there to make stuff. And everybody was grateful to be there and not there to be nobody had an agenda. It was just flow, creativity, and collaboration. So the whole process, hard to think of any one moment because we had a routine, we had a groove. You know, we'd work for like sometimes it was 14 hours a day, but it was usually pretty damn long days, like between 8 to 12 hours. 8 is usually the lower end. So we'd work, go to 365 and eat a bunch of food and then work, and then go like, okay, see you next time. And it was beautiful. We did that for a while.
It's so good because it never felt like it was dreadfully long. Maybe for Sophocles sometimes. But
I mean, I was definitely wiped by the end of some days, but like, you know, a sort of eye on the prize. I think that was always something that the work was never about like, oh, okay, now I need to deal with Jane or I need to deal with Max. The thing is, I need to serve the songs. It was always, and the songs were good enough and the process felt whole enough that felt like a very pure endeavor. In terms of my favorite experiences, anytime we had an excuse to run anything through an amp, that was my favorite time. Especially like taking electronic sounds or like doing the vocal things and being like, why don't we record this through the amp and just get that feel? So like we, you know, when we ran the Moog through the amp for Barcelona, running your vocals through the amp, obviously working with the guitar. It was always fun to basically, you know, take a lot of these electronic sounds and suddenly, oh, who do we have?
this is Sam/Jennifer. I don't know if it's Jennifer or if it's Sam.
They'll need to click on the video icon that's on the bottom left of the screen.
Welcome! Yay! Hi, Sam. It's so good to see you.
You guys too.
Hi. So, everybody, this is Sam, and he is my wonderful, incredible, kind, and gentle publicist.
Oh, awesome.
Who lives in
So
Idlewild.
nice to meet you.
Yeah.
You guys, congratulations. It's a wonderful, wonderful album.
And those of you tuning in, backers, this is the incredible powerhouse that I was able to work with because of you. So thank you. Anyway, how are you today?
Doing well.
Yeah.
It's
Awesome.
interesting out there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, how is it where you are?
Well, so the governor just issued that everyone should be wearing masks and gloves, and so
Yeah.
that's what everyone's doing
Yeah.
when you step out into town.
So when you're in, because you're in Idlewild, is that the exact same? Like, is it very, people are being extra careful and mindful?
Yeah, I don't. It's probably a little bit more low key than I think
Yeah.
it'd be like in LA or in a major city like that. But it's still, it's like a little microcosm of what's going on.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
How are you handling everything?
Yeah, it's been a strange ride,
Yeah.
It's I've been a little moody,
Yeah.
swinging a little bit. I don't know how the rest of you are. How are you guys? Yeah.
I think we've all been wrestling with a low level of anxiety. It's this noise below
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah. It's a crazy challenge to kind of like work with our own internal monkey brain battles.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah,
There's-
it's like you're balancing like a, released album, buy emergency supplies. Like you're going between these extremes of like, check, Instagram, look into paying way too much money for surgical masks. Crazy bounce
Yeah.
back and forth.
Yeah. There's a couple of folks who are saying hi to you on the YouTube channel. It's really sweet. They'd be really, really kind. Cool. Well, we're just kind of like listening to the album through. And what are you up to in like today and this weekend? In terms of,
Me, Sam?
Sam. Yeah.
Well, just taking it easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, usually Friday is when we just kind of finish up emails in the morning and then
Yeah.
go out because our work week is pretty heavy duty. But
Yeah.
so it's Friday is usually my favorite day of the week.
Then you usually take the weekend properly off, don't you?
Yeah,
To be
we
with
have
family.
to, otherwise
Yeah.
we go crazy. Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean, because you work from home regardless, right? You guys both
Yeah.
do.
So it's not super different for us, but and regarding like the album release and stuff, we've found just over the years that sending emails out on Friday is just not as effective.
Not a good idea.
Yeah. I mean, some people definitely, but it's better to do it beginning of the week.
Yeah.
Now, so that's the plan.
Well, then get rest, and I'll put you at work on Monday.
But that review from Bearded was pretty amazing.
Yeah, I haven't sent them to everybody or posted
Okay.
it yet.
Oh, cool.
I honestly, I haven't finished reading it. I couldn't.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, she really, really got what the album is about, I felt, and was able to articulate. And so I think you guys will all enjoy that. Yeah, there's like a long form review on Bearded
It's
magazine.
really long.
Yeah.
And it's the
Awesome.
first like full album, like it goes through all
Right.
the different moments and
Right.
what it's doing, and it describes it in a really abstract. And I literally finished the first paragraph and I had to put it down.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got chills and I couldn't.
So some good little press bites in that and stuff that we can kind of implement into the way we present the album
Awesome.
next week.
Awesome. You're awesome. Thank you so much for being
Yeah.
a part of this whole
I'm so
thing.
honored. Your project.
It's I feel like I've gotten really lucky with everybody that's here on this, a part of the team. So thank you and hello to Jennifer.
She's
Hi. Super cool. Well,
It's nice to meet you
yeah.
via Zoom.
And we'll let you go because I know you have to get going.
All right, guys.
But Thank you so
Great
much
to
for
meet you,
stopping
brother.
by.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me. Appreciate it, and I love the album, and
Thank you.
congratulations.
Thank you, Sam.
Have a
See
good one.
you.
Take care.
Nice to meet you. That's Sam.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Jane, where do you have us oriented so that we can do like a Brady Bunch thing where I can like look over at you and I can like look down at Albert or whatever?
Oh, for me? You want me to take it? No,
I'm just curious.
I want to take it.
Where do you have our boxes so that we can do the whole Brady Bunch thing where we look at each other?
Depends on the user's setup because they could
Yeah,
either.
but isn't Jane the one who's deciding that
I think, I mean, am I deciding
in terms
that?
of broadcast?
Oh, right. Oh, yeah, you're right. So how about
Let's do a quick one. Like, put us on gallery view, and then we'll look.
Yeah.
The direction
So
we have to look
Sophocles.
Jane, you don't have to do this. I'm just.
Sophocles look left.
What?
Yes, that's so you're looking at me.
No, Albert.
Albert, look right. Yeah. Like tilt your head towards the camera. Like the top of your head towards the camera.
Okay, I'll just get really in there. It's a lot of face.
And then a little more profile though.
Okay, a little more profile. How's that?
Yes, and now look that way. Eyeballs up. Yep, perfect.
Eyeballs up.
Maxwell, look up. Up. Now you're looking at Sophocles. Okay, and then when I look down, I'll be looking at Albert. Except now I have to grab it. Hold on. This is the dumbest. Okay, ready? One, make a weird face. 1, 2. There we go. I like that. That's pretty good. Done.
Good.
Totally worth it.
Save. Zoom.
You know what? That was literally a little glimpse into our process. Sophocles comes up with a stupid idea, and Jane's kind enough to see it through to some version that she finds acceptable.
I do. It's true. It's so good. Let me see it. Someone took a picture.
Oh, they got it.
Oh, someone got it. Wait, hold on. Yeah, let me see if I can put this in here.
I gotta run and get my charger. I'll be right back. Is that okay?
Yeah, of course. All right. And then we'll start listening to the second half.
Oh yeah.
There's a little more to go. Whoops. And then it'll be done. Do you guys have any? What are you guys' ways of kind of taking care of your bodies right now?
Jump rope. Have you done jump rope recently?
Oh, I haven't.
I'm amazed at how bad I am at it. It seems like something I did a bunch as a kid. I'm very bad at it as an adult.
So what happens? It just gets caught.
Among also,
and
I'm just exhausted as all hell.
Oh. See, I always thought that jump rope. I always thought, like, how does that exercise you?
Oh, you should try it.
I think I should.
I feel like boxers do it for a reason.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
I like that. How about you, Max?
Calisthenics, and yesterday I did 120 push-ups, which was the most. Not at once. It was groups of 40.
It just. Oh yeah, no problem.
I mean, that's 120 more than most people a day.
It was a big accomplishment. It was a benchmark in my pursuit to be a gladiator.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're my favorite gladiator.
Thank you. I'm getting in touch with my inner Roman.
Okay, so let's move to the second half. So we've got Turnstile, Onward. This is exciting. Turnstile with the Matt Chamberlain. And Chuck Kim on bass. I have a little
This-
slideshow, and then the rest of it, I won't have anything.
And this one is a Tom Biller mix,
Oh, yeah.
one of the two that he did.
Oh, awesome.
Tom Bayer. What did he do in the last couple of months? Didn't he do something?
Oh, he's been working on a bunch of stuff,
Oh, cool.
but it fails me now. I'll have to
Cool.
reach out to him and see.
Okay. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen. And I'm going to go... Boop. And...
Bet your life I know by now it's hit and miss with me. I got backfire. What takes all Russian doll? Hesitation tiny. She knows better. Your call box empty and full of jeans. Shiny, come button up your claim to fame. Colton stage surgeon holiday. Backward straight like never did look the same. Turnstile hostile, temperamental, lined up for your blows. Arms up, gunpoint, my anger hollow. Can't feel the quiet. It's time to go. One day it's December cold. Suddenly she's 19 Project Festa. Danger mode, robot born, corpse timbers, black-eyed bitch, to reset her. He builds up and she builds out, and not the same. But token problems, I just say it's done well by your meeting. Put it down, the street fights out, just walk away. So much day, just another day. Stop. Hostile. Stop, you're crying. I could enough. Kill the comfort. Just keep quiet.
You walk out of the room ready. I think it's you, but I can't be sure. You do this thing with your chin and it's you, angry. 5 feet away, hands to yourself, but punched by your words for 4 hours straight. You were really here, but talked like you were. You scare me. Numb, the gap in my mind and diary. Your father and you, my father and me. Father and you, my father and me.
Turnstile hostile, temperamental, lined up for your blows. Arms up, gunpoint, my anger hollow. We lined up for your blows.
I can't hear you.
That's great
Sorry,
energy.
how about now?
Yes.
I hear you.
Oh, okay.
That picture's too funny.
Fantastic.
I love that final photo so much.
Well,
It's
what were we
so
trying to
good.
do there? Do like a fake band photo?
That's right. It was the same day that we did the falling camera, the shitty tripod moment.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay, now I'm going to share the rest of it with just us on the screen.
Crumpled calm in my eyes, so glorious and trite, just an impression. Oh, soon 3 years too wise leads to crumpled temper, steal my smile. Sometimes miss the danger sound. Empty-handed show and tell, another sacrifice, the lost confession of my muse too wise leads to empty bedroom, take my life, miss the burning blood so bright, remember. Hold my tongue and hold tight, lights across my eyes. This is my living. Oh, this hollow is a hollow house, missing body heat so well. Oh,
You introduced me to your war. I learned a lot. Keep folding it in. Take care of the dark. Take care of the dark. Knife between the roses on the tabletop. The blood I kept and promised, like a dream come true. You're a dream come true. Crumpled column in my eyes, so glorious and trite, just an impression. Oh, so 3 years too wise leads to crumpled temper, steal my smile. Sometimes miss the danger sound. Oh, lover.
she changes everything. Sometimes miss the danger sound.
And real quick, that was very much Albert on bass, and once folks were asking. And that is at the end there is a meshing of Minotaur coming back. It's Marie-Therese meeting Dora.
Looking down on empty street, all she can see are dreams made solid, dreams made real. All of the buildings, all of the cars were once just a dream in somebody's head. She pictures a broken glass, pictures the steam. She pictures her soul with no lead.
Let's take the boat out, wait until darkness. Let's take the boat out.
Nowhere in the corridor, pale green and gray. Nowhere in the suburbs, cool light of day. There in the midst of it, so alive and alone. Words support like a bone, dreaming of Mercy Street. Way or inside out, dreaming of mercy. In your daddy's arms again, dreaming of Mercy Street. Swear they move that sign, waiting for mercy. In your daddy's arms. Dreaming of Mercy Street. Way or inside out, dreaming of mercy. In your daddy's arms again, dreaming of Mercy Street. I swear they move that sign, looking for mercy. In your daddy's arms, mercy, looking for mercy.
Good.
Waiting for your exit, so there's no between. It's too late, spider cracks 13. Pain like
to pause one moment because so it is inject. Facebook stopped. I'm not sure why. So I don't know what happened. But I think I'm just gonna leave it. It's really such a good moment. This is hard. I'm not gonna reboot this. Yay, YouTube. While we're here, oh my gosh, there's so many things going on in my head during this.
Man.
Wow. That's all. There's a lot. Okay.
I remember Matt Chamberlain when we were playing him the ending of I believe it that little percussive drop there. He was like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. It just sounds great as it is. Just find someplace in there, and he not only did it, did so many good versions of it that it was hard to find the versions that would be cool. I mean, it's just amazing to see what he considers a challenge and then what happens when he annihilates that challenge.
And I remember hearing the version when I just bawled my eyes out. The one that hit me really hard is the one that we kept, and that I remember Go was there, and you and I, and when he played it, and it stopped us all in our tracks, and the three of us went, oh. And he understood that moment and what it was about, and I find him to be probably the most instinctively empathetic players I've ever met. That he is an incredible feeler, and it's better to let him play than to try to direct. And so I remember him listening to the songs in his beautiful little control room. He'll listen to it, he doesn't even move. And he's done, he stops, turns, swivels around the chair and looks at me like, so what do you want? And I'm like,
suddenly the big spotlight hits you. And you're like, oh God.
And I'm like,
the danger with him was just simply too many good takes. You know what I mean? It was like, let's stop after 3 because I don't want to have to make the hardest decisions of my life. It's like, what children do I want to throw over the cliff here? All so good.
It's true. And
editing is a violent process.
Like Dora and Mercy Street, Albert, your voice is just so good on those.
Oh my gosh.
Super happy.
I'm glad that Soph cooked it up nicely.
It's so good.
We ambushed you, I think, on both of those. We ambushed you. You come in to listen, and we'd be like, hey, Albert, how do you want to sing on this verse?
And I think he could tell.
Yeah.
Something was up.
Yeah. It came in, there would be this oh yeah, we have a little something for later. And then this glance and no talking. I was like, oh, I think I'm singing today.
Or I think I'm playing bass today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you were very gracious with it.
All right, moving on to the next bit.
Max, this is for you and me.
I love this.
All day.
This was actually all you. You were like, we got to keep this.
I just posted the moment we discovered this onto Instagram.
Ooh. I was about to ask.
Well, it's almost time, maybe you get lucky, at least in my mind. No answers for unknowns, but I can see at least I've tried, so I can hide. Funny how after all it's unlearning that give legions a cure. Too many broken wars and carpet burns. The cold as a child terrified.
And that is the album. We did it, you guys.
We did it.
Whew. That's a lot. We have to do this again.
It's a chunk to chew on.
Like, yeah, it's such an emotional journey just to go through all the memories of the entire thing, you know,
Yes.
from start to finish.
Yeah. Wow. Well, thanks for doing this with me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
I guess it's almost like 3:45, and we will do this again tonight at 8. I think there'll be a different round of people, and I should probably have some other questions to talk about or something, you know.
We'll do an outfit change.
Yeah, costume change.
A dressing gown.
Yeah.
I need more cookies.
More, yeah, you really. I can't believe you finished them. That's insane.
And
I'll put on my formal T-shirt.
There are some folks that are saying that they're crying. Some folks are meeting. It seems like Sophocles definitely adopted the teepee background. I like that.
Oh yeah, I had another background in mind, but Jane said no.
I did not. Props to all. And that was a ride, and more props to all. People enjoy it, so yeah, oh no, please take that away. I cannot. Thanks for joining in, and that is the album. Go get it on Spotify and Apple Music or wherever you like. I just found out that the 5 physical albums I have on CD Baby cannot be sold because CD Baby just in March retired their warehouse.
Whoa.
But I don't remember getting a notice about that. So
Yeah,
they have some CDs.
Yeah.
So now I'm not sure how to sell them. Maybe I have to ship them out of my place. But
I might know
strange.
somebody that has like a shipment fulfilling thing that is going on.
Oh, really?
Wink, wink. Copy.
Oh. Okay, all right.
I could.
All right, all right. Cool. So everybody, I'll see you tonight. The four of us stay on a second. And thanks for tuning in. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, I'm done.
Cool.
I think.
Oh, let's make sure before we.
Yeah.
Still says that it's live on custom streaming services.
Yeah, it does say that.
Wait, am I crazy? Live on. Wait, how do I stop though?